Why? Why did she have to lose? Why did best girl have to lose? It's always gotta be the hot, quiet, shy one. But my man Hachiman made it one of the greatest because he's so goddamn relatable to a lot of anime fans. Why do I relate to this guy so much? Hachiman is a character that doesn't really have any talent, got kind of bullied. He wasn't athletic, he got ignored, had a good amount of fails in his life socially. From him being stupid and making stupid decisions, it shaped him to be all bitter, hateful, and develop social anxiety. You can even see how he doesn't like to interact with people, and he gets all awkward when he's forced to speak. He's all uptight, and as a person who went through kind of a similar situation growing up, I'm telling you guys, the amount of social awkward interactions that I have had, I couldn't even count. The amount of misunderstanding is out of this world. And with how I was put in some social situation as well, kind of fucked me, and get why his emotional state is that way. I felt some of this hate and bitterness myself, where I was just all gloomy with a selfish attitude. But unlike him, I wasn't some sort of main character where a hot teacher cared for me and sent me to a place where hot anime girls had to interact with me one-on-one in a closed social space. Throughout most of the interaction that Hachiman had with the pretty girls, he was still all bitter, where he thinks he doesn't deserve any love from the people around him because of his flaws. Unless you're completely narcissistic, and even selfish people feel this way too. I think we as humans have all felt this, where we look at our flaws and think that, man, I'm not good enough. From him viewing himself in a certain way, he just kept a distance from people and ruined what could possibly be a good relationship because of his previous experience and current experience. And I noticed that a lot of bitter people, or just people in general, tend to do this. And I don't know if it's because their base personality, or they want to change into that specific type of person where they're cocky assholes and they want to be dicks and cause drama by going out there doing dumb shit for validation from others, speaking full bravado. Throughout the show, Hachiman runs into these type of people that act that way, and made him even more bitter at some point. He was embarrassed that he made some fails, and especially in a made-up environment like school, he begins to act fake in front of others. And we can all be honest to ourselves, we have all tried to be fake and act different before. Hachiman was saved by the people around him, otherwise he would have fallen down further into his despair. And for 99.99% of people, no hot anime girl is gonna come and save us. The main reason why he was able to bounce back and recover was the girls that he hung around with. He became genuine and he did the emotional crying shit. But for most people who can relate to him, and there's a lot of weaves out there, it's important to remember that, hey, you might not be good or talented at anything, and life might put you in some spot where it fucks you. You will make mistakes, you will have people who are hurtful to you, you will do things when looking back you probably want to slap yourself over. But remember that it's okay, you're human. Just like anybody else out there, you're flawed. I've seen a good amount of people turn into guys like Hachiman, and even females do this as well, especially the ugly ones, but in a different way, where they're all disrespectful, they speak full bravado, they want to act in a certain way to make themselves strong in front of others. And I get it, it's a mindset of how you view yourself, but it's alright to just say that, you know what, I'm not that great. But you can begin to treat others nicely and improve upon yourself. You can groom yourself, you can do things that improve upon yourself as a person. But if everyone was hot, nobody is. If everyone was rich, nobody is. If everyone were to have a persona where they're full of bravado, society wouldn't work. People who have anger issues need to relax, because your base emotional state is being relaxed. If you're relaxed, you ain't sad, panicked, angry, or happy. You can think logically and more clearly. I was like Hachiman for a good amount of time as well, and I became some sort of hateful. And when I get into philosophy, I noticed that I was making illogical statements and actions. When you're so emotional, especially for guys, it's anger and hate. You tend to speak full of ignorance. I've seen a lot of people close to me doing that, and they're also doing degenerate shit that is funny, me included. Let's not pretend I have not been making stupid sexual jokes. I've seen a lot of people close to me, and I've also observing people making hella stupid degenerate actions. And yes, it is funny. Reckless stupid shit is funny and cool in a way, but if everyone would act that way, it'll create a lot of misery and will create a lot of hachimans. If you act and follow bad virtues, like let's say smoking is cool, it can relax you, you can forget about the future and the past. Sure, you can do it in moderation, but the issue is you're gonna have some health risks like lung cancer, high blood pressure. Things like alcohol is fun, but you can lose control of yourself. Then you act all emotional, and you being stupid is gonna cause other people around you to do stupid shit as well, because it's fucking fun with a broken sense of humor. And that's exactly what Hachiman is doing to the other characters around him. The girls eventually got tired of him because he was just all bitter and hateful and all shy, until he actually made the change. Him changing is incredibly important both for him and the story of the show. All of us needs to change in one way or another. I know some people just never change at all. Sure, they can speak better, they can be better upon their skill, but they never change as a person for the better. And at some point in your life, when you grow up, you need to be more relaxed. You cannot maintain a hateful and bitterness attitude like Hachiman forever, or a fun personality. At some point, you're gonna have to be relaxed. It's like buying a new sports car constantly, or branded clothes where everyone knows and it costs like $1,000 for each piece. At some point, you're gonna get tired of it. And if you like those luxuries, you're eventually just gonna run out of money, or with age, you just can't do it anymore. Change is incredibly important. People's base personality should be serious to relax. Sure, you can have fun and there will be sad and angry moments, but keep in mind when you see people who's full of fun, angry, or whatever their base emotion is, there's something not right in their mind. Who wakes up and acts all edgy? It's weird. So it's really important to just relax and humble yourself. If everyone were to be hella emotional and do and say dumb shit, it would just cause chaos and nothing would make sense. But if we're all to humble ourselves and relax ourselves, we can speak to each other with deity, respect, and kindness, get into good virtues or consistent one like working a job that's honest, treating each other with honor, society would function well, and these emotional feelings will fade. You can't just keep being all bitter and hateful like Hachiman, or it's just gonna cause other people around you to have a fucking headache. You don't need a hot girl to take selfie with you or cry when you reject them like Hachiman to realize that if you can learn to regulate your emotion where you can relax, because you just can't be depressed, sad, angry, or happy all the time. That's not right. And people who wake up thinking in a hateful way or goofy way are fucked up in the head. And these feelings will fade eventually. But you follow things that are consistent within society, you can overcome any bullshit that comes at your way. And you can really just forget about the past and move on. If you're not talented like Hachiman, where you really don't believe in God, or like you're not like a philosophy genius, I just use a thing from Marcus called memento mori, which basically means if you live a virtuous life and you follow good virtues that are consistent within society, and if there is a God and he doesn't let you in for some reason because you didn't pray or you didn't meditate or something, then you shouldn't worship him. And this is good if you don't really believe in anything. And to be frank, as I observe a lot of people, maybe it's because I have surrounded myself with bad people, but the longer I live, the more I realize that people love to act recklessly and stupid. As long as it's fun, people don't give a shit. And sure, there's some goodness within even the most evil people, but most people are just selfish. They don't live a good, consistent virtue. But you live a good life and don't engage yourself in degenerate shit, I truly believe that's when you can be fully content, not happy, because you can't always be happy, right? Like, what the hell is that? And who knows, once you're content and you treat others with kindness, maybe you can reach to a goal that you want one day. Maybe like Hachiman, you can find some happiness and people who genuinely care about you in this world. Why does she have to lose?